If it's annoying to you, but tomorrow is National Plan Your Vacation Day, so suitably speaking, we're going to go to Cyprus and the Mediterranean right now. We're also going to kind of go to London because that's the Floral Street brand, named after the famous Victorian flower market that takes place in London. Floral Street was started by a woman, Michelle Feeney, you're going to meet shortly, and about almost 5 years ago, she started what was not only a clean fragrance brand, which is very hard to find clean fragrance, but really kind of like an indie artisanal brand. Like for instance, this is how all of her fragrances ship. And even though it's clean, this is still Eau de Parfum. Okay, back to real quick story. Michelle, I'm gonna introduce you so that you don't have to sit here painfully and wait through this story because I want you to hear it as well. So Michelle Feeney, Skyping in from London. Hello, love.
Hello. Hello.
Okay, so here's the deal. So Vanessa Herring, one of our hosts, who lives 2 doors down from me in the host lounge, she comes in one day and I'm like, I'm very scent picky. So I have my favorites and I don't typically stray. And she smells so good. I said, what is that? She said, listen, I'm gonna bring you a little sample that I have. So she brings it in. It's this, which by the way, I've been recommending to everybody and yet pronouncing totally wrong, because on your screen, you see the word, it is actually called Chypre, but I've been pronouncing it Chypre. Anyway, very elegant of me. So she brings me the sample, and it's like woodsy, but it's sweet. Michelle, I fall 1000% love with this fragrance, which by the way, was last on air in September of last year. And it literally, it sold out. I went to go order it like in December, nothing on QVC.com. I'm typing into our buyers, where is this scent? Like, I need it in my life. So then, of course, I'm waiting, I'm hounding, I'm waiting. My friend Michelle, it comes back in stock, and I can't begin to tell everybody how amazing it is, and so unique, and so a little sassy. So Michelle, first of all, explain to everybody how to pronounce it again so that we are pronouncing it right. And then dive right into, if you could, because the price and the easy pay, it's finally back on air. It's not gonna stay here for long, and it's immediately gonna go up in price when the show is over. We only have 1,200. Literally, I waited 3 months for mine to come back into stock. Okay, so how do we pronounce it?
We say Chypre Sublime, and Chypre means Cyprus in French, and it's just packed full of those exotic, fabulous ingredients, and that's what you're responding to, and it is exquisite, as you're saying. I so love it that you love it so much, because it's captivating and glamorous, and it's so expensive smelling. So in this time when we're all sort of trying to save on things, it's brilliant to feel this luxury, you know, when you spritz it on, and this wonderful damask rose.
Yeah, so tell everybody about the notes, because here's the thing, like, I'm a November baby. I like a musk, I like a Tom Ford, I like a woodsy, I like a spicy. I'm never that girl that likes a soft floral. And yet I know Floral Street, your brand, is all about starting with these incredibly rarefied floral notes, but you do them in cool, edgy ways, so they don't smell typically floral. And so this to me is sweet and woodsy, even though I know there's rose and some other kind of flower stand stuff in there. So can you explain that?
Yeah, well, the woodsy that you're feeling is this combination of incense and patchouli, and the richness of that with this damask rose from Turkey, this rich, deep rose. So yes, we are Floral Street, but all fragrance has floral in it, whether it's wood or there's always a flower in there. But these are sustainably sourced and clean and rich, and some of the best ingredients in the world are packed into this. And I think you can respond to that, can't you? This is what you're smelling, this deep, beautiful. We call this our little black dress also of our collection, because we're about fragrance wardrobing.
Can I just real quick, we have an update. We have like 750 remaining. Right. I want to also just say, because Courtney's going to join me, and this will be a story that benefits no one but me, but I feel the need to tell it because it's exactly what happened when I first smelled this. Again, I'm very scent picky. It smells really good. I don't normally like smell somebody else or smell a perfume and be like, oh, I've got to have that. The minute I smelled this, so because it takes us to Cyprus and the Mediterranean, Michelle, and tomorrow is National Plan Your Vacation Day. So this story is going to take us to Mexico, because when I was a teenager and I lived in Mexico for 4 years, and I went to an American school, and I would go over to like girlfriends' houses to hang out after school, and many of them were very, very wealthy Mexicans, wealthy diplomats, like very rich, glamorous women. And
Sounds fun.
the minute I smelled this,
Oh, it brought her mind.
it literally took me back to that place. I was like, it smells like just like rich affluence, but in a kind of like sassy,
Modern.
Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes
A modern way.
Yes,
Yeah.
modern. Thank you. I was struggling and you saved me.
There's also like this warmth, you know?
Yes!
There is like a sunshine warmth thing that feels like when Sean asked me earlier, where would I want to escape? And then I asked her, we both said tropical
Islands.
places, islands. It's not the tropical, but it's like that sunshine
For
warmth.
sure.
It's the warmth you're feeling in those ingredients combined. And this, what I love doing with this as well, is spritzing it on a scarf.
Yeah.
And then even if you go into a room and you take the scarf off, it just fills the room. And everybody's like, whose expensive perfume is this? You know, this is what I wanted to create, so that you could really feel good about yourself and feel the richness, as particularly with this fragrance.
I want to say we only have like 250 remaining. The last time it was on was in September. So her brand is smaller, but obviously like very trendy cool. So we never have like deep quantities, lots of these to go around. It is heading towards selling out yet again. And I just have to beg you guys, because I waited a long time to get mine. I mean, and I was floored that I couldn't just go onto.com and order it, but that's kind of how rarefied it is to get Floral Street fragrances. And she has a ton that we don't even sell here on QVC.com, but nonetheless, it normally would be an $89, almost $90 value, because it's a 1.7 ounce of Eau de Parfum. So even getting the $66 price is a score. But that and the Easy Pay is really like, it's going away at the end of today. And I do feel like, I know Valentine's Day is coming. I'm certain this will still get there in time for gifting and, you know.
Mother's Day. What a
Yes,
beautiful gift just to get ahead of it. Because elegant fragrance is the best gift.
It's so glamorous. It's
Yeah.
such a glamorous fragrance, and it will be long lasting as well. We're talking about, because it's an eau de parfum and it's been so beautifully constructed, this is going to last for you. So that value is going to come through in this expensive, rich ingredients that
Michelle?
you're going to waft into the room.
Before
Yeah?
it sells out, can you just explain to everybody, what is clean fragrance? Like, what
Clean
does it mean, clean?
Clean means we've taken all of the things that are possible risks out of the ingredients. So it's much better for you and the environment. And as you know, our packaging is all sustainable. But the clean is we've taken out a bunch of ingredients, and you can look it up on the web
Sold out.
that will not harm you in any way, shape, or form.
Will you please make sure, hopefully, fingers crossed, that we can restock this soon? Because, like, it's amazing, and it's hardly ever on the air because this happens every single time. So thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Good night, everyone. Bye.
So somehow the theme of tonight, as we go into our next item,